You're listening to the Hidden Killers Podcast.
Hidden Killers Podcast
with Tony Bruschi.
Buster Murdaugh speaking out today, breaking his silence for the first time in the Stephen Smith allegations. Just what does Buster talk about? We got that for you. Also going to talk about the news conference that was held with Eric Bland and Ronnie Richter about Stephen Smith's death and the body exhumation that is going to be taking place. So let's jump right into this. Buster coming out here on the 20th of March of 2023. He, of course, is the sole surviving son of Alec Murdaugh, issuing the following statement through his attorneys, Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin. Yes, those are the same people who represented Alec Murdaugh. Little piece of advice here, Buster. You may want to lawyer up with somebody other than them. If you don't want people looking suspiciously at you, the last attorneys that you should have right now, although maybe they're free or really cheap or I don't know, are Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin. Family buddies, maybe good friends, maybe you grew up with them. Optics are a lot right now, and if you don't want to be accused of this, you probably don't want the attorneys that also lost your father's case and ended up with him behind bars, where he the whole time said, this is ridiculous. We shouldn't be talking about this. And yeah, we all know what happened there. But I guess it's Buster's turn to go down that road. The statement issued says, this has gone on far too long. These baseless rumors of my involvement with Stephen and his death are false. I unequivocally deny any involvement in his death, and my heart goes out to the Smith family. If you're new to this case, a little bit of background here for you so you can better understand. In 2015, Smith's body was found in the middle of a rural road in Hampton County, very close to the Murdaugh estate. Smith was a classmate of Buster Murdaugh. There had been rumors of a homosexual relationship between Buster and Smith, but they were just that, rumors. There's never been any sort of evidence to confirm any of that. It was a secret relationship, allegedly. Right before Smith died, he had told some friends and family that he was going to be going away on a little trip with a prominent person in the area, and everyone was going to be very surprised by who it was. But unfortunately, he died before that happened, and his death was then ruled a hit and run, even though there was no evidence of it being a hit and run. It looked like a body was dropped in the middle of the road that had already been beaten badly to the point of death. Smith's family has called for the body to be exhumed for a new autopsy to be performed, which will be happening. Sandy Smith is Stephen's mother, and she started an online fundraiser to pay for the process. As of this broadcast, $65,000 has been raised, far exceeding the goal of $1,500. Thank you for not allowing Stephen's story to be swept under the rug, Smith said. This is the mom. On the fundraiser, we will pursue the exhumation immediately and provide updates along the way. On Monday, Smith, along with attorneys Eric Bland and Ronnie Richter of Bland Richter Law Firm, held a news conference about Stephen Smith's death. At the news conference, the law firm said it will represent Sandy Smith in the investigation. Smith's family believes Stephen was murdered, and they want an unbiased look at his body and an independent autopsy for an accurate determination of his cause of death, the law firm said. We had Eric on the show here about a week ago. You can go back and listen to our conversation about this case. While investigating the deaths of Buster's mother and younger brother, Maggie and Paul Murdaugh, South Carolina Law Enforcement Division SLED announced it uncovered new information about Stephen's death. That's how that investigation was reopened. No one has been charged yet, though. Investigators have never officially linked anyone in the Murdaugh family with Stephen Smith's death. SLED has never charged Buster Murdaugh with a crime related to Stephen Smith's death, nor have they said he's a target of the investigation either. Buster saying in his statement, I have tried my best to ignore the vicious rumors about my involvement in Stephen Smith's tragic death that continue to be published in the media as I grieve over the brutal murders of my mother and brother. He also goes on to say, I love them so much and miss them terribly. I haven't spoken up until now because I want to live in private while I cope with their deaths and my father's incarceration. Before, during, and since my father's trial, I've been targeted and harassed by the media and followers of the story. I'm requesting that the media immediately stop publishing these defamatory comments and rumors about me. I mean, you do have to feel bad for this kid. He has gone through quite a tragedy with what his father did. It also does kind of echo some of the way his father talked as well after he committed his crime. But there is nothing that links Buster to this death other than rumors. Even attorney Eric Bland had said the exact same thing. There's no indications anyone from the Murdaugh family was involved in Smith's death. That's what the statement was, and that's where it stands as of this broadcast. I'll say yet at the end of that. There is nothing that links anyone in the Murdaugh family to Stephen Smith's death other than rumors as of right now. With an exhumation of a body, there's a chance of DNA evidence being found. And with an investigation that is still ongoing, what digital footprint we're going to find about Stephen Smith on his phone, if indeed they have that, and the interactions he had, I think, will tell us much, much more. It's the Smiths family's turn for justice and for real answers about what happened to Stephen. Bland and Richard said in the news release, hit and run? We don't think so. There was no debris in the road, and his injuries were not consistent with a hit and run, Sandy Smith said in an online fundraiser. Smith was a student at a technical college at the time of his death. He was in the nursing program. So, an exhumation of another body about to be done, and we shall find out more information soon if that autopsy reveals anything valuable as the quest for justice for Stephen continues.
This is the Hidden Killers podcast with Tony Bruschi.
What do you think? I mean, I get it. If you're Buster and you had nothing to do with this, yes, you want everybody just to stop. This is a lot. I get it. But there's questions that people are asking, and, they're kind of valid. But thank you for your response. You've said something, so that's good. We'll keep an eye on this story for you. If you want to weigh in, you can call 24/7 888-5-KILLER, 888-554-5537 to weigh in with your opinions. Call it 24/7. My name's Tony Bruschi. Stay with us.